Good morning, everyone. So it is time for Susan's tip of the day. And the tip of the day is we're going to talk about scheduled listings. I don't hear a lot of YouTubers talking about scheduled listings. eBay used to charge 10 cents for each scheduled listing, and they no longer do that. It's free to schedule listings. And after further investigation, you can list out 21 days worth of listings, scheduled listings. And I started to think about it, and I'm like, well, this is great because I don't use drafts like the typical person uses drafts. Most people use drafts as they call it the draft bank, which is great. It's perfect. I use it differently. I'm an everything seller. So an everything seller is required to research everything. Because we're always picking up something new, because I think we all have ADHD. Is that what it is? Attention deficit disorder. Anyway, so I guess that's ADD. Too much information. Anyway, so that's why I like to be an everything seller. I don't think I've been selling on eBay since 2005. I don't think I'll ever have a niche. I find loves for new items all the time. I get to research things and learn about history. So I'm going to forever be an everything seller. And there I went down a different rabbit hole. But today we're going to talk about scheduled listings. So instead of using drafts and doing a draft bank, I actually use drafts to become placeholders. So what happens to most resellers is they create this huge death pile. They go out and they look something up and they're super excited, and they look it up and they see it's worth money and they set it aside. And then maybe they list 3 things out of that pile, and then they go out and they source some more, because we all like to treasure hunt, and then they know those are good items. And then they look at this death pile and they say, oh my gosh, I got to start working on this death pile. So I try to prevent that. And this is how I try to prevent it. If I come home after garage sailing, I look up everything. If I realize after my research that it is something that I want to sell, then I create a draft, which creates what I call a placeholder. And so then I go through all of my items that I went out and sourced that day, and I decide, am I going to list them, or am I going to redonate them back to Goodwill or a charity of your choice, or save it for a future garage sale of your own and make some more money back through that yard sale. I have chosen to stop doing yard sales. I find that they are time suckers, and I can make more money selling on eBay. With that said, so then I've created these drafts. And then I go in there and I look at the drafts. I finalize the drafts, create a SKU number for it. I go in if the item needs to be cleaned, and then I throw it in the photo room. Pictures are taken and uploaded. And then what I do from there is I take that draft and I schedule it out. eBay has stopped charging for the scheduled listings. I'm not sure if I said that earlier. They used to charge 10 cents. And so in my research, I realized that I can schedule out 21 days. And another thing, that if you've been watching different YouTubers, or if not, you need to be consistent on eBay. Don't list 10 one day and 3 the next and none for a week. That really hurts you in the algorithm. So you consistently want to list items. So I started thinking about it and going, what will work for me is let's schedule out 21 days of 3 items. Let's do that first. So I haven't quite gotten there. I should get there by the end of the week. And then once I do that, I can go back and so let's say I've got a bunch of drafts that are ready with photos that are ready for me to push. I reviewed them. We're going to schedule out till the oldest day out, because we want to slowly build up to that 4. So eventually, if we start from the oldest date, not the most current, then we'll have 4 scheduled listings ready a day for 21 days. And then, so we are forever consistent. And I'm not tied to my draft bank either. So if I go on a cruise for 2 weeks and I have my son ship for me, then I know I have 3 listings pushing every single day. I don't have to worry about running into my computer and jumping on and pushing drafts out every morning. I don't have to do that. So I can work harder for a week and maybe take a week off, because I've got a bunch of but actual listings ready to push onto eBay, and they're scheduled. And they're almost like live listings. You can go in and revise them. I can change the scheduled date, and they don't drop off from what I can see. So they don't age out like drafts age out. So I love the scheduled listings. So I think this is going to work for me. Maybe it'll work for you too. So I think that's going to be it. Put comments below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think I'm crazy. I'm always asking you guys that. Tell me if you like the idea. Does that help you? Does it not help you? So if you're struggling getting listings posted and you're doing it as a side hustle, start with one a day. And just, if that weekend you can get 7 listings done, have it scheduled out for one a day. Be consistent on eBay. You can always flip higher end items to the top. I do that all the time. If I run across something that's worth a couple $100 or it's worth way more than what's going to post the next day, then I'll push that item up to the top. So, well, that's it for today. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, be sure to give me the good old thumbs up and give me a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm going to give you more tips to make this eBay business work as a side hustle for you in retirement, or if you're just a stay-at-home mom, it'll work for you as well. You can always go full-time on eBay. Nothing's stopping you from that. You can do it. Anybody can do this, and I'm going to show you how. Well, that's it. Have a groovy day.